3, 2, 1. And we are live. Alright guys, welcome back to the live stream. Give me a minute to adjust this green screen. Unfortunately guys, I have to use my old webcam again. Yes, I have a brand new gaming laptop, an Asus ROG Strix. I'm not saying that to advertise for it. Actually, I'm saying that to tell you, never buy an Asus ROG Strix. Absolute letdown, I have to say. Since I bought this laptop, I only have issues, and now the USB-C port isn't recognizing my new webcam. 1 second as well, let me just turn off the fan. We had 40 degrees today. Fantastic. That's better for the sound, not better for the temperature. Anyways, as I was saying, the USB-C port now is not recognizing my Logitech StreamCam, this beautiful thing here, which usually delivers pretty good quality. But now I have to use my old webcam. Nevertheless, that is besides the point. What is much more surprising is that I'm online. Yes, I am here. Despite all odds, I should have been offline at least for 2 weeks straight, if not even longer. Because YouTube classified me as the hate speech terrorist. And this is not just a joke, this is literally what they sent me. Green screen, what is going on? This is literally what they sent me via email, and I'm going to show you guys as well how that looked like for me. What they sent me via email, I will show you here as well. After I disappeared into the vortex, what is happening here? Just 1 second, guys. Is this better? Not really, slightly. Let me do one thing and I'll be right back. Okay, how's that? Slightly better. Boomer Bobby, yes, this is definitely a bit better. Okay, let's keep it at that. As I was saying, I am the hate speech terrorist because I uploaded a video which was exactly to be found like that already on YouTube, aside from my commentary, of course. So that video itself, I'm not even too certain if I should use the terminology here, because otherwise it might happen that I will get striked one more time. So let's just call it the alphabet mafia. I'm certain that most people know what I'm talking about. If not, please clarify it for me within the chat for everybody to understand what we're talking about. It is my last upload. You can double check there as well. So I essentially critiqued that march, that parade, not necessarily because of sexual orientation, but rather because there were children present. And I thought that is essentially common sense, and most people would agree with me. There was no hate speech within my video whatsoever. There was no terrorism, obviously, either. There was no real attack towards that movement, but rather a clarification, because what we saw, yet again, is children exposed to grown adults that chose to wear either very little or nothing at all. So I decided to critique that and upload that video. Shortly after, I got striked. The video got taken down right away. So not only got it demonetized, as I was already assuming it will be, no, it got taken down completely. It got deleted. And moreover, I received a strike that then should have put me out of YouTube for at least 2 weeks. I wasn't able to post, I wasn't able to stream, I wasn't able to upload videos. On that note, YouTube, this is really not a practical move, I have to say, because if you want people not to be able to upload videos, not to stream. I get that. But at least you should leave the post option so they can notify their community. Because pretty much nobody here on the channel knew what was happening. I was just gone. People that follow me on Telegram, they knew, or my Patreons knew as well. On that note, I uploaded the video on Patreon as well. So all the videos that get deleted, I upload on Patreon. All the live streams that get flagged, I leave here on YouTube only for the members. So if you want to watch them, you can watch it if you become a member. Anyways, besides the point, I got a strike which told me if I get one more strike, will delete my channel permanently. I will be gone forever. My channel by now is 5 years old. I think 5 years, maybe even older. I've been here for a while. Would get deleted completely. All my work over the years, just everything gone, if YouTube decided that it would be worth to give me one more strike. I appealed that, and I have to say, this was really God's blessing. I don't think that usually it would have went through, but the negotiation went into depth. I had to remind them that my videos fall under fair use, that there was no act of terrorism, no call for violence and whatnot. So I was messaging back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I have a good lawyer. And in the end, I won the appeal, thank God, and now I'm back again. However, the next month I have to take it very, very easy. I have to be very cautious because I don't want more strikes, obviously. I don't want to lose my channel. And therefore, the next month will be mild with the reactions. So we'll continue, of course, with religious reaction videos. Moreover, just so you know, it's not only Islamic reaction videos, but I'm going to react to religious topics in general, and I'm going to react to Christian videos as well. Because despite what the haters say, no, I haven't converted to Islam. Yes, I'm still a Christian, so to speak. And therefore, I am genuinely learning about religion at the moment. I'm not jumping camps. I'm really learning about it. And if I find enough evidence, then absolutely I would be willing. However, yet again, right now I'm exploring. Okay, all of that being said, I'm sure people will watch this live stream offline as well. So they want to see what YouTube sent me. Let me show it to you. I hope you can see this. Don't mind this situation here with webcam and green screen. God willing, someday we will have a better situation. Okay, so let me zoom into this. Actually, let us see this one first. Because I got two notifications. One was common American YouTube law, and the other one was German YouTube law, because my channel runs over Germany as well. So have a look. I'm going to read it out. Just give me a second. I need to zoom in myself here so I can see it clearly. All right. Hi, Bobby's Perspective. Our team has reviewed your content and, unfortunately, unfortunately, we think it violates our hate speech policy. So that is interesting, right? The wording. They say we think it violates. And ultimately, in the end, as I said, I won the appeal, so apparently it didn't violate, but they thought so. And just them thinking something could lead to channel deletion. We've removed the following content from YouTube. Video, again, I'm not going to read this out, I don't want to risk it. ABCDE, went too far, they come for the children, which was the whole point of my video. We know that this might be disappointing, but it's important to us that YouTube is a safe place for all. What does that even mean? Really, what does that even mean? If we talk about this video where children have been exposed to sexual acts, I would say that is not very safe for children. So now if I think about that YouTube has a lot of viewers that are children, you might want to keep them safe. And that video wasn't flagged for only 18 years and above. It wasn't. It was accessible to everyone. So that is not very safe. Aside from that, that march was out in the open, all right? Outside, on the streets of America, where naked adults were dancing, twerking in front of children. So who do we try to protect here? Honest question. If content breaks our rules, we remove it. Okay, fair enough. But I didn't break your rules, and moreover, you said you think. If you think we've made a mistake, you can appeal and we'll take another look. Keep reading for more details. How your content violated the policy. Let's find out how. Content glorifying or inciting violence against another person or group of people is not allowed on YouTube. Where did I incite any violence? When did I call for any violence whatsoever? I have to repeat myself. I know it's boring, but I didn't incite violence, but rather protection of children. I know nowadays people don't really care about that much. We also don't allow any content that encourages hatred of another person or group of people based on their membership in a protected group. So that is very interesting. Veganism, for example, has become a protected group in the UK. I don't know if it's a protected group in the States yet. But by that logic, we will never be able anymore in the future to critique veganism. Right, the veganism, the plant-based diets that lead to malnutrition within children yet again, but within grown-ups as well. So, of course, we will use certain people as a reference, as a display, but even if we wouldn't spread hate or violence, they would be able to simply say it is hate speech after all, because you're attacking veganism and that is protected. How ridiculous is this? Unbelievable. But on YouTube, if you look at David Wood, for example, no worries. He can attack Islam as much as he wants to. So Islam is not protected. You see atheist channels making fun of Christians. So Christianity is not protected. No worries. But ABCDEFG is protected. You can't. You can't even speak about it. Interesting, to me personally. Let's continue. We review educational, documentary, artistic, and scientific content on a case-by-case basis. Limited exceptions are made for content with sufficient and appropriate context and where the purpose of posting is clear. Yet again, I think it's very clear, and maybe this is why I won the appeal after all. But to simply send this out and risk the absolute elimination of my channel, very ridiculous. Now, this was the American part, the English part. Let's check out the German part. This one is even better. I'm not joking when I chose the term here, the name of the stream. I am the terrorist hate speech. Bobby's perspective, terrorist hate speech. That wasn't just joking. It's real, according to YouTube. Hi, Bobby's perspective. We received a legal complaint concerning your video. Yet again, ABC went too far. They come for the children. Upon review, your content will not be visible on the German YouTube countryside in accordance with a German law concerning terrorist or unconstitutional content. So now apparently it is German law, and to this very day, one thing I have to say, even though the video is back, it is still not available in Germany. In Germany you cannot watch it. Interesting. So in Germany apparently it is an act of terror if you want to protect children from nudity. That's literally what I wanted to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Interesting, Germany. I'm a terrorist because I don't like when children get exposed to sexuality. Strange. I know. Very strange perspective. Weird. YouTube restricts content where necessary to comply with local laws. For more information on the German network enforcement law, please review our Help Center article. If you believe that this decision was made in error, blah, 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 etc., you name it. Again, fantastic that I got my video back. I'm glad, honestly, because I believe that it had to be shown, and I believe there is value in it. But according to YouTube, just by the title itself, they saw enough to yet again delete the video right away and inform the German authorities of terrorism. Because somebody doesn't agree that the children shouldn't be exposed to rainbow sexuality or sexuality in general. This is why you cannot claim hate speech, because I said it in my video as well. I said, hey, what we see there is a bunch of adults naked in front of children. Let's assume that every single one of them was heterosexual. It still would be wrong. That's what I said. I'm quoting myself here. It would still be wrong. And that's the whole issue that I was addressing. I said, hey, if this is really some sort of social justice movement where you save people of that orientation from further prosecution, from death threats and whatnot, fine, okay, fine by me. But that's not what this is about. Nobody is persecuted. Everybody's enjoying the same rights, or the lack thereof. Nobody there is being killed, stoned, or whatnot. So this is not about civil rights. And within that video, after questioning those people, they essentially all came to the same conclusion, that it was about sex. That's what they said. It is about sex, it is about more sex, it is about expressing yourself, being proud, etc., etc. That's what it is about. And that's what I critiqued. But yet again, in this day and age, I got away with a black eye, so to speak. If I continue speaking my mind, they would delete my channel. Simple as that. Now coming from the Balkan, I love hospitality, and I do respect a person's house. So therefore I have to say, yes, I am working in the YouTube parameters, if you will. This is their house. It's true. I'm using their software. I'm using their platform. Therefore, I will have to obey by their rules, which I did, yet again, YouTube. However, even more now, I have to be extremely cautious, because we don't want to risk deletion. If YouTube is listening, I'm going to clarify it one last time. I'm always obeying the rules. And you can see that if you go through my content, I'm always obeying the rules. Compare me to other YouTubers. I am a sheep. Meh. I'm obeying your rules as good as I can. And up until now, I haven't failed, as you just saw in the last action of yours. Nevertheless, to my viewers, you will have to take into account that I have to keep my platform here protected. And therefore, the next month or two, I'm not going to post too much outrageous stuff. Outrageous, such as protecting children, right? Unfortunately. So now, for the future, I will have to see what I can do. Another platform would be good. I said it many, many times before. Unfortunately, I really cannot find a platform that would satisfy me. If I look at, no matter what it is, BitChute, Odyssey. On that note, I have an Odyssey page, guys. You can just go to Odyssey if you use that site. And you can type in Bobby's Perspective, you will find me there. But nevertheless, Odyssey generates so little clicks. YouTube is the market leader. They have the monopoly. And this is why I keep on using it, obviously. As I said before, this channel gets shadow banned, demonetized, videos get taken down and whatnot. It's very, very annoying. It gets suppressed. But nevertheless, thanks to your support, I really have to say, thanks to your support, we still made this channel grow quite tremendously, despite all odds. I really have to say that, so a big thank you to everybody that likes the videos. So if you can like, like, that supports here monetarily, offline, online, super chats, Streamlabs donations, PayPal and whatnot. Thank you very much. I showed it before. If you look at certain video clips of mine, vegan reactions, they generate $17 per video. Yes, $17. It's huge. So therefore, as I said before, this channel really lives through your support. And by sharing the videos especially, this is how we can kinda break out of the algorithm. Thank God to the Muslim community, I really have to say. They're really sharing the videos, they're embedding my videos on Facebook. Fantastic, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It's great to see what is possible, even though YouTube tries to not show this content to anybody. It's quite interesting. If you go on YouTube and you haven't been a watcher of mine, and you just type in Bobby's Perspective, usually you will see other people's channels that uploaded videos about me. Quite amazing to see. So instead of linking my channel first, no. They're gonna link other vegans, for example, that reacted to my content. That's really how it goes. So it's crucial to create a bright green future. Thank you so much. I'm gonna read out in a second after I finished my rambling here. Thank you so much for the support, guys. As I was saying, despite all of that, despite all the censorship, we still have a community here. We still generate good clicks for what has been happening. I still can generate enough, let's say, enough income so I can keep this channel going. But it's absolutely crucial. Without you, without your support, there would be no Bobby's Perspective. And this is why I'm forever grateful. I really mean this. This is not just blah blah. I couldn't do this at all without you. Let's create a bright green future where Thank you so much. Again, Vivid Mouse gonna respond in a second once I'm done babbling here. When I started with YouTube, I would upload one video per week, basically. And that was sustainable, sure, but it was a different time. I was traveling, I was single, I surely wasn't a father and married. So now it's different times, of course, and it is extremely time intensive. I know that the end product, for people that don't know what goes into it, seems maybe easy to produce. I don't know how it looks for you guys. But even reaction videos, it takes time. You're the best, guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna read out in a second. Thank you. Even reaction videos, to gather the material first and foremost, especially when it comes down to veganism. To search the internet, find something appealing to react to. Takes time. It takes time. It just doesn't pop up and then you can react to it right away. You have to find content. So the searching for content takes time. Then the reactions themselves, recording, takes time. It takes hours and hours on end to record multiple videos. And then the editing comes into place. So it is a full-time job, ultimately. I can spend 8 to 10 hours in front of my laptop just working. It's really the case. And this is why, without your support, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna read them all out in a second. Thank you. As I was saying, without your support, this wouldn't be feasible at all. Zero. In the beginning of my YouTube channel, I was in Australia, and I was working on a construction site every day. I was still in my 20s, so I was working on a construction site. And then after that, I would go to the gym and record videos. And I could upload one video per week, as I was saying. That was the best, the top. Nowadays, that wouldn't be possible. If I would upload one video, the times have shifted as well here on YouTube. With one video, the algorithm will bury you. YouTube ultimately wants to see at least one video every day, if not 2 videos per day. Now pair that with the adpocalypse, so-called adpocalypse, where they really find advertisements that won't pay you anything. And then add to that, yet again, the demonetization, or when they give you the yellow stamp where it says your content is not suitable for all advertisers. It's great. So then you can have a video that generated 50,000 clicks, for example, and you will get maybe $10. Yeah. Sometimes I'm thinking maybe I should go on the streets and react live on my phone people would think I'm crazy and maybe just throw me $1. Maybe I would make more money like that than through YouTube. Anyways, nevertheless, that is not the point. The point is that I really love what I'm doing. It is an uphill battle. Every time I speak about real topics that deserve a truthful inspection, I get demonetized or flagged or whatever. But nevertheless, it is extremely enjoyable to me. Now the positive upside here, after the complaining, I really love what I do. I love spreading education about veganism, about the dangers of veganism. I love spreading education about the ABCDEFGs. And I love to explore religion, and it's absolutely phenomenal for me personally that you guys join me in that journey. I think I'm absolutely blessed that I'm able to do that. It's unbelievable. I love it. And without you guys, it wouldn't be possible. One more time. So a quick applause for you guys. Thank you so much. And now let's get to the supporters. To all the super chats here. Thank you so much, guys. Let me read them out. First we have Aber Isa. I'm sure I'm butchering the name. Nevertheless, we have AED 184.99. Thank you so much. Let me just check what AED is.
Let's create a
AED.
Future
More support. That's United Arab Emirates Dirham. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the generous donation. I really appreciate that. Abir. That's the first time that I'm getting a donation from the Arab Emirates. The very first time. Thank you so much. And he sends a transformer smiley. It's a hippo that becomes a transformer on its computer chair. That's a computer chair. Maybe I can try the same. Thank you very much, Abir. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much for the generous support. Vivid Mouse from New Zealand. Thank you so much for the $20 from New Zealand. And he says, or she says, or they say, have a coffee mate. Thank you very much. I have to laugh because in this day and age, with this inflation, yeah, $20 will get you a coffee, pretty much. So thank you so much, brother. Just a few years back with $20, you could dine quite well. But nowadays, it is true. I just went to a little shop here, bought essentials, paid $120. That's crazy. Thank you very much, bro. We have M5 ATEP with a hype smiley. Thank you so much, M5. And we have EGP, ATEGP. Now let me check what EGP is. EGP is Egyptian pounds. Interesting. I didn't even know that you guys have pounds. That is very interesting. Pounds? Have you been colonized by the British? Either way, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And greetings to Egypt. Thank you so much. And now we have VY with $10 with a thank you smiley. Thank you, VY. Thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it. And we have Kanjiro with €5 and a smiley that says keep it up. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that. Guys, thank you for the support. I really, really appreciate it, as I said 1,000 times by now. Super chats are awesome. However, I have to notify you here as well. YouTube takes 30 or 40% of super chats. So if you can use the link, there's a link in the chat box. It's a Streamlabs link. I think you can use PayPal there as well. And you can use credit card too, I'm sure. So from there you can donate right away into my PayPal. It is definitely the better way to kind of get around the YouTube restrictions, if you know what I mean. Thank you very much, everybody, one more time. Ahmed Frhan. Hi Bobby, when will you leave Europe? Honestly, I advise that you leave as soon as possible. Please think of leaving Europe as soon as possible because things will be heated soon. They might be. I'm not too certain, but it could be. We will see how it goes. I am, however, God willing, leaving soon. Raw Fridge, thank you very much for the $3 via Streamlabs. Appreciate it, bro. Says, let me read this out. 1 second, my antivirus program freaks out. Are you sending me a virus via Streamlabs? Assalamu alaikum, brother. When was the last time you had junk food, burger or fried food? What are your thoughts on cheat meals? Interesting questions, thank you very much. I had a burger not too long ago. When was it? When a friend came by, we enjoyed some burgers.
Let's create a bright, green future where we all
show
feel compassion.
So, as I was saying, I enjoyed a burger with a friend of mine. Actually, I have to say, really cool, makes me happy, as you can see, because that friend has been a vegan and then a vegetarian for roughly, I think, almost 7 years, man. Yeah, he was on one of my videos back in the day when I stopped veganism as well. Really, really good friend of mine. Love the guy, and now I'm so happy for him that he finally quit that delusion as well. So yeah, we ate sushi and we ate burgers as well. So we treated ourselves big time because he quit veganism ultimately. So a big applause for that. So good. So happy for him, really. So yeah, that's when I had a burger. I, on a daily basis, obviously don't eat burgers. I don't eat bread. I can thankfully say that nowadays, if I have a quote-unquote cheat meal, it doesn't really mess with me. Depends on what it is. Potatoes I still cannot eat at all. So it must have been years since I touched fries, for example. I cannot have cheat meals that don't agree with my gut. However, I can have a burger if I want to. So yeah, my whole thought pattern about cheat meals is, for me, they're not cheat meals. I don't see it that way at all anymore. I personally just eat a healthy diet because this is how I eat. I went onto a bodybuilding diet when I was 16 years old, and since then I realized what agrees with me and what doesn't. Then veganism took me far, far away from that, but nevertheless, in totality, I can say that I am used to healthful foods and not used to quote-unquote dirty foods. So if I see, for example, what people really eat on a daily basis, be it people that I train with or family members, it's quite shocking to me. I don't even know how they can do that because I would feel like crap after 2 or 3 days in. It's very, very surprising to me every single time when I see people how they eat. So that's not how I eat personally. I always eat whole foods. I eat a lot of raw animal foods still to this very day. I eat a bit of fruits, not much. I don't really digest it well, so I eat a little bit here and there. In this heat, frozen mango is quite nice. Sometimes I make a smoothie. Yes, I'm partially vegan. But that's about it. I eat whole foods. And yes, as I said before, so I'm not carnivore all the time. Sometimes I eat white rice, especially when I want to gain weight. I digest that always very, very good. That's basically it. And if I choose to have a burger or something with a friend, then that's that. It happens so rarely that I don't care about it. On top of that, I have to say one more thing. Because I am eating so nutritionally dense, I'm really never hungry. I'm never hungry. I wake up in the morning, I'm not hungry at all. So I have to force myself basically to eat because I don't want to lose even more weight. I always lose weight when I'm training so much as I do at the moment. Jiu-jitsu just burns so many calories. And yeah, therefore I kind of force myself to eat something or to drink raw eggs. And that's basically it. So yeah, I'm always nourished. Even when we had the burgers, they were nice, but I didn't experience this mouthgasm that people talk about. I don't have that anymore because I'm not craving anything. When I was on the super low-fat bodybuilding diet back in the day, cheat meals were heaven for me. because I was eating rice and chicken, absolutely zero fat. I was even cutting off the fatty parts of the chicken breast, and they're not much. So then if I would have a hamburger or a Chinese buffet or an ice cream or whatnot, it would just taste so good. But nowadays I don't really have that, because on a daily basis I'm eating a bunch of butter, I'm eating a bunch of fatty meat, steaks and whatnot. So I don't have that explosion in my mouth when I even have a cheat meal. So I can just enjoy it for what it is and move on with my life. That's how I live nowadays. I am here once. I'm not restricting myself. I'm simply giving my body the best fuel I can. And then if I want to have something in a social setting or enjoy something with my wife, yeah, wow, I will do that. Absolutely no worries whatsoever. So I hope that helped. Thank you very much again for the support. Raw fridge. Here we have Sanjiro, again, 20 euros. Thank you so much, this time over Streamlabs donation. I appreciate it. He says, I hope to see you walk with us the path of God, Allah. We Muslims are very excited to see your journey. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I want to speak about that. I think it's absolutely crucial, for me personally, I have to say it's absolutely crucial, to, how do I word this, without getting, not necessarily upset, but annoyed by certain people on YouTube. When we talk about religion, when we talk about God, that should be the holiest of all in this world. What is higher than that? Absolutely nothing, right? Nothing is higher than God. So when we're talking about that, we have to be very, very cautious, I believe. If I look at free speech, welcome to the channel. If I look at free speech, or freedom of speech, perceived freedom of speech, we have to look into the root of society. And right now, the root of society is the devil, essentially. Society is run by the devil, and therefore you have freedom of speech based upon that. Great, fantastic, cool. So people can blaspheme all day and talk all kinds of explicit nonsense. And ultimately, it doesn't help anybody. Everybody is just wasting their life listening to that nonsense. On that note, if you want to really see mental garbage, then come over to my Telegram, because I post annoying videos such as freedom of speech topics, if you will. Nevertheless, that being said, when I made my video, I read the Quran as a Christian. That was basically it. I read the Quran as a Christian, and I want to talk about it. If you look into the past of my channel, you will see that there have been certain topics that I just explore by myself, and then I talk about it, because they are fascinating to me. I didn't expect anything further on YouTube when I did that video. And I certainly didn't expect the resonance, because that video, let me double check, but reached, I think, roughly 330,000 views. Something on those lines. Let me see. 1 second. Welcome to the channel as well. Thank you very much for joining. Let me see. We are at exactly 330,000 views, uploaded 3 months ago. Absolutely humongous response. And I didn't expect that whatsoever. For me, I thought, okay, whatever, just another video. Whatever it will generate, it will generate. I'm just speaking my mind. But as I said, the reception of that video was absolutely humongous. I was invited onto the Dean show, which I'm watching, by the way, as well. Even before I got invited, I was watching it, because I got interested in Islam, and it's a cool show. Eddie is a brother from the Balkans, from Bosnia. Very interesting to me. And I was invited on the Three Muslims podcast as well. And that came to my surprise, honestly. I thought, wow, that's interesting. I really just read the Quran. That's basically it. But nevertheless, then people started telling me to react to certain videos. And I thought, okay, I might give it a shot. I'm not too convinced yet. Because there are certain YouTube videos that I would watch anyways, but to really publicly show my learning process, my thought process, where I am right now, for me that was very complicated at first, and I didn't want to do it if it would corrupt my learning curve. And I see now that it definitely can. It can definitely corrupt the learning curve. So most learning I still do by myself. As I said, I'm reading the biographies of Prophet Muhammad by Martin Links, and the other one is called The Sealed Nectar. I'm reading both books at the moment, still reading some hadiths here and there, Sahih al-Bukhari. So I'm doing still my own research, but the YouTube videos that I would watch anyways, I watch publicly basically with you guys together, and then we can do the reaction together, and I get your resonance as well, and you want me to react further. It's awesome. I'm still keeping it as restricted as I can. 1 video per week, 2 videos per week, something on those lines. Anyways, the annoying part now is that whilst reacting to Islamic videos, all of a sudden I realized that other people have been doing that already. And out of sheer curiosity, I said, okay, I'm going to watch a few of them to see. Because I saw all of a sudden, wow, there are many clicks as well for this. That's crazy. So I looked into it and I saw, and I'm going to pride myself now in having social acuity and that I can read people. I saw that many people, I'm not going to say everybody, but plenty of people do reaction videos just for clicks. And to me that was quite shocking and extremely annoying. Why? Because as I said already, for me, God, religion is the highest, so I can't just make videos for clicks. Of course, as YouTubers, we enjoy having clicks. Obviously. That's how we make a living through YouTube. Duh. But when I saw those people abusing the religion, essentially, just to generate clicks, and I looked into the videos and I looked into the timeline as well. I am analytical like that. I really have to look into it and understand it then. Then I saw that there were some people that were making videos like that for years already. Christian woman is reacting. Ha ha ha. Sure. Christian guys. Whatever. And that turned me off big time. So now, even though, yes, I myself am genuine in my search, I'm genuine in my journey, but I have to say when I see other people doing it, it even turns me off from reacting. It really does. Because I don't even want to be within the same format. Now, I have to clarify that as well. My format, after I watched other reactions, is nevertheless unique. I can say that. Because the other reaction videos, what I notice is, they say, hey guys, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Today we're going to react to this and that. And then they play the video. And they just sit there and they watch the whole video. They watch the whole video, 15 minutes, without saying a beep. They just watch the whole video. And they nod, yeah, fake reactions, acting, aha. And then the video is over, and they say a few words, maybe 3 minutes. Some make it to 5, usually less. A few words. Oh wow, this video was really moving. Oh, so emotional. Oh, wow. Makes me really think now. Aha. Yeah. Okay, guys. Till next time. So I personally sensed a very strong ingenuity, essentially. People not really doing it for their own knowledge, for their own exploration, not for their own thought, not for their own understanding, but just to generate clicks. And I mean, wow, man, that is really easy. To just put on a video and just watch it without reacting, essentially. It's called a reaction video, but you're not even reacting. You're just watching it. And then you're going to say a few words. Wow. That's crazy to me. And those people generate 100,000 clicks, 200,000 clicks. I understand why they do it, if they go after the money, but I can never do it. That's basically it. I can never do that. This is why, yet again, I'm extremely curious about those videos, and I like reacting to them, but I'm keeping it to a minimal, because otherwise I would go crazy, because whilst I'm looking for Islamic videos, I see those people pop up, and I always see what they do. Yet again, just watch the video, don't say anything, and generate clicks. For me, that is very frustrating. But now I have to say that it generates so many clicks says a lot about the Muslim community, because you guys really show support. It's quite amazing. So I see that the Muslim community is genuine there, and they really want people to see the path of Islam, to understand it, ideally, of course, convert. Everybody has their biases, it's normal. But I see that there is such a strong support of the Muslim community, which is quite amazing, and it speaks for itself as well. Because it truly shows, of course, how much faith the Muslims do have in their own belief. And that is quite amazing. You don't see that really in any other type of religion. I'm gonna react to certain other religions, again, out of my own interest. I'm really interested now, after I've been through it physically, Buddhism and Hinduism. I have no interest in converting to Buddhism or Hinduism, don't get me wrong. I've been through it. I've been to temples in Thailand. I meditated there. I lived there for a while. But now to logically deconstruct the arguments of Buddhism, to review it one more time, would be very interesting to me. And then we will see, of course, the Buddhist community within YouTube as well. So let's see how they react. And I think that the Muslim community is absolutely unbeaten. I don't think that any other religious community gives so much support as the Muslims, which is to say positive thing would be an understatement. It's a very impressive thing, I have to say. And I believe that genuinely people feel that as well around Muslims. They do know that Islam is a strong belief. You don't joke with it. It is a strong belief. And people are passionate about it. People defend it. And that is quite amazing. That is something that we unfortunately don't see much with Christianity nowadays. People are not really passionate about it. They're actually much more passionate about just pleasing other people. It's totally fine. You have your beliefs. Like a candle in the wind. Anyways, enough ranting. Let me get back to the super chat. I hope I answered everything. It wasn't really a question, right? You just said you hope to see me walk the path of God. I honestly believe that I'm already walking the path of God, I have to say as well. Because the Quran says Allah guides who He wills. One of my favorite quotes. And I do feel guided. So through the whole journey. And we're gonna see where it ends. That is for sure. And always when I pray for guidance. Even before I ever heard about it, I was always praying for guidance. Anyways, thank you very much again for the super chat, everybody. Kagan says, I would like to see you react to a few more dry and informative videos instead of the rather emotional ones. I sent ahead a few recommendations in your comments before. That's fantastic. I'm trying to read all the comments as much as I can. I of course cannot read all of them, but I'm really trying to read as much as I can and to react to as many of them as well. Absolutely. So yeah, thank you very much. I think exactly alike. For me, the videos have to be rational, otherwise, yeah, it's frustrating to me. Because when I read the Quran, for example, I didn't get this emotional vibe from it at all. It was a warning, it was very strict, it was clear. But if I look at the videos, they're very, very different than the Quran. And I understand it, yet again, different people, different tastes. But for me personally, I just like factual videos. Bobby, hello from Australia, 4 AM here. G'day, mate. If you are tolerant of everything, you stand for nothing. Alhamdulillah for Islam. Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty obvious. I mean, if you look at even certain public figures nowadays that are considered conservatives, but ultimately they are very centrist. So they're not really standing for anything because they want to please everybody. And that's just not how life works at all. Nowadays, I think they're trying to create such an environment where it seems to work, where agreeable people really seem to have some sort of success within society, but it is, of course, totally against human nature. When you agree with everything, you become essentially a little girl. There's nothing to do with being a man. A man has his convictions and sticks with his convictions. That's pretty much what it is. The Quran and the Secrets of Egypt is a good informative video. Yeah, I have that saved in the playlist already. And God willing, I will react to it. When are we going to get your meaning of a live reaction? Have you seen it before? Again, completely honest here, I saw the first minute and it reminded me of Poetry Slam. which I absolutely detest. I can't stand it at all. I would rather watch a rap battle than those poetry slams. So it looked very emotional again to me. So those videos, I can't guarantee that I will react to them. Do you know Andrew Tate? Yes, not personally, but I've seen certain material of him, yes. I use animism when my appliances glitch and then I just talk to them to wake them up. I have absolutely no idea what that means. You should find a vegan atheist Macedonist and react to his videos. If you can send me such a channel, I would most definitely react to that. I don't know if it exists. I guess it will exist. Has to. Everything exists in this life. So we need somebody that identifies as a Macedonist, as an atheist. Yeah, I know Macedonians that are atheists, that's for sure. And a vegan on top. That's going to be tough. But usually those things go hand in hand, so who knows. The emotional videos are to motivate the people because we are already told of the facts and we are aware of it, but sometimes we need the louder videos because our prophet was loud sometimes. Yeah, that might be. I obviously wasn't there, but I have a huge problem, I said before, a huge problem with people that cannot maintain composure. I'm not saying you have to talk like a robot, only at one level consistently, and you cannot make a joke, don't get me wrong, but this overly emotional approach is, out of my experience, wrong. It doesn't teach you anything. It can hype you up, but anything that hypes you up is absolutely unsustainable. Everything that is sustainable is not a hype. Make sense? The definition of a hype is something that shoots up, has success, and then drops. That's it. Drops like a hot potato, and you will never see it again. So that is what emotion does with you. Emotion is very damaging as well for your dopamine receptors. It messes with your brain chemistry. You're super excited, pumped, yeah, and then you fall into depression again. So therefore, I see that that is not sustainable at all. I mean, even if you look at, let's say, bodybuilding, and you look at bodybuilding motivational videos, that will only go so far. You cannot fry your brain just watching absolutely emotional, epic bodybuilding motivational videos. You will have to go to train, and the real success comes through the training. And the real thing that is sustainable is the consistent diet and the consistent training. So essentially, if you are a Muslim in that case, I would say you should pray 5 times per day, and you should go to the mosque, and you should do your inner jihad, ultimately facing your own demons, rather than externally looking at some motivational pep talk. But yet again, as I said, I totally understand that it does the job for some people, or they think it does, but I make the argument that long term it won't do the job. I mean, even if you look at the times of the prophets, they didn't have YouTube. They didn't have motivational YouTube videos with editing, etc., etc. Sub7 says, yeah, I'm turned off by the emotional approach as well. I don't like motivational, quote-unquote, material. What will you do when the motivation wears off? You need to be able to continue, motivated or not. Exactly right. So that's exactly what I just said. Ultimately, discipline will keep you going no matter what it is in life. And motivation is just a quick fix, but it's not really a fix because it's not sustainable. That's it. The prophet did not have a mic. Come on, guys. The yelling is out of order, aggressive, is not prophet-like. Yeah, absolutely. And anybody that feels they have to be emotional, sorry to disappoint you, but emotional is not an attribute of a man. Absolutely not. If we want to be the way that God created us as men, we should surely not be emotional. That's a very feminine trait. Has nothing to do with masculinity at all. It's hard to trade in the summer for me. I'm usually doing labor during the hot months. hey, there's always a way. That's all I'm gonna say. If you really want it, you're gonna do it. So today was 40 degrees. I'm here with wife and child, and I still went to the gym. I actually took my wife and my child with me. So yeah, and I trained legs. So it's doable. React to some videos of Tovia Singer to get a Jewish perspective. I'm absolutely open to that as well, but I don't know what Tovia Singer is. There's a video by Muslim skeptic that breaks down Hinduism and Buddhism called Genius of Islam. Yeah, I watched that one. I like it. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but there's a lot of good stuff in that. Dimitar Pashev says women don't like emotional men. No, because women want to date men. They don't want to date women. Every time you are emotional, you are a woman. You just behave like a woman. It's really the case. I know that people don't get that nowadays. They even think that they're strong when they're emotional, when they have a lot of rage. They watch too much Dragon Ball, you know, Dragon Ball, they get emotional. Ah, ooh. So, yeah, it's definitely not a manly trait at all. Zero. I know Hollywood displayed it like that as well. Men have anger, emotions, etc., etc. It's not a masculine trait whatsoever. At all. And this is not about suppressing your emotions. Boys don't cry. No, it's just that if you are steered by your emotions, you're not a man, because you cannot be solid. There's always this, I like this analogy, I have to say, even though it is a bit corny, but it is a good analogy after all. When we're talking about the relationship between man and woman, the relationship, you have to imagine like a ship, an actual ship. So the woman would be the ocean, and the man would be the captain that steers the relationship through the ocean. And sometimes he's faced with huge waves, but some days, hey, it's sunny, calm sea, very relaxed, all easy. Then the other day you have a tsunami, etc., etc. So you as the captain can't get emotional. If you get emotional, your woman will eat you alive, ultimately. It doesn't work that way, especially if you have a emotionally healthy woman that is emotional but not mentally ill. You will see that she will test you in a certain way to quantify, to qualify if you are emotionally stable as a man, if you are rational as a man, because this is what it really boils down to for men. Yes, we men, we have the gift of God to be rational and to be essentially clear, level-headed. And women don't have that. And so it's quite amazing to enjoy that trait and to be a man. So when I see people, no matter what it is, again, when I was reacting to those videos, for example, as I said, I treat religion with utmost respect. But when I'm speaking about people, the people are not the religion. The people are just people. The people are not God. They're just people. And therefore they're open to critique. And so therefore it doesn't matter for me if it is a scholar, if it is a sheikh, if it is God knows what. I don't care. If he is overly emotional, no matter what the context, I say again, he is behaving like a woman. That's it. Bobby, see the Islamic Rashidun expansion and see how it is a miracle. I have to look into that. I don't know what the Rashidun is. Momo Yakub says a strong man had to be able to control his emotions even when things are down to steer the shop. Imagine the captain crying when going through turbulences in a plane. Exactly right. You have to be level-headed. Pink Supremacy, how you doing, brother? Says, Bobby, that's why caffeine is the devil's drug. Everyone's on it and hyped up and super emotional. To be able to be stable, you can't be in fight or flight 24/7. Yeah, absolutely not, because it will affect your hormones long term as well. And with that, you will be emotionally unstable. Absolutely. So definitely not a good thing. Rashidun were the first Islamic state during the 7th century. Yeah, definitely gonna look into it, man, for sure. Was Jesus the humble Messiah? Tovia Singer. Okay, let me just save that real quick to my reaction list. Absolutely, guys, as I said before, I am absolutely open to all religious or even beyond videos to react to. I really enjoy that. It broadens my perspective. So I'm definitely in the position where I can react to all kinds of things. Most definitely. So let me see. 11 days ago, was Jesus an arrogant or humble Messiah? Rabbi Tovia Singer response to the Christian argument. 10 minutes long. That's actually great. Fantastic. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, bro. I'm going to save it right now to my reaction list. And then, God willing, react to it maybe next week. Here we go. Save to react. Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. As I said, Buddhist content, Hindu content, whatever you want me to react to, I'm absolutely open. Sikhi content. I watch some Sikhi stuff. I like it. But I don't like the gurus within it. Bobby's perspective, do you believe the Quran is a holy book? Yes, absolutely. For sure. Allah and the Cosmos. I saved that one as well. Yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know now, actually. Then I can go through that. So you're making my work way, way easier. Thanks again for subscribing. Thanks again for supporting via Super Chat, Streamlabs donations. Thank you so much, guys. If you can give, please do. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Helps this channel out. Not only does it help out, but it actually creates this channel. As I said in the beginning, without you, this content isn't possible at all. So yeah, guys, let me know in the chat box. I'm going to go through them right now, actually. Let's do the work together. Thank you very much. See, this is awesome. This is absolutely amazing. A conversation between Jesus and Allah. Have that one saved. Thank you very much. The Meaning of Life by Jeffrey Lang. Have that one saved too, but this one is a long speech. It's over an hour. How the Bible led me to Islam. The story of former Christian youth minister Joshua Evans. Okay, I'm gonna check it out, but probably this one is a long one as well. So ideally for reaction videos, they shouldn't be... Yeah, see, this one is 1 hour and 20 minutes. There's my baby boy crying in the background. So yeah, yet again, ideally not longer than 20 minutes. 10 minutes is great for reacting. 20 minutes is long, but doable. But anything longer than that doesn't work. Ahmed Didat, I watched a video or two. Looked interesting for sure. I liked his argumentation. Could be good to react to as well. Pugman. Big applause for Pugman. You say support, and Pugman supports right away. Guys, for the new viewers here, Pugman is the biggest supporter of Bobby's perspective, hands down. He's been here for a while, and he supports... To say generous is an understatement. He absolutely changed the course of Bobby's perspective as well. He made amazing donations. We were able to buy new laptops, equipment. Just phenomenal support that I would have never thought possible. Again, I'm not just saying that to this very day. It's mind-blowing to me. So Pugman just donated 120 whopping dollars with a simple, okay, will do. Thank you so much, brother, from the bottom of my heart. Truly, thank you so much. It's not an overstatement if I say you absolutely changed everything about Bobby's perspective. It's really the case. He supports so generously that he gives me ultimately the time and the possibility to put in more time into this channel. It's really the case, and I'm not ashamed to say it, because without Pugman we wouldn't have this type of Bobby's perspective. So thank you so much, Pugman, yet again from the bottom of my heart. Absolutely unbelievable support. Thank you so much, man. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. Through this YouTube journey, you make videos, you speak your mind, and people genuinely care for your content, care for you. It's really moving. I am amazed to this very day. I never thought this possible. When I started YouTube, I thought, well, it's going to be fun to talk about things. But I couldn't even imagine that there was so much support behind YouTubers. And definitely never would have I imagined that there would be so much support behind me here. It's humbling. It's really amazing. Thank you so much again, Pugman, and everybody that supports today. Thank you so much, guys. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing. Let's proceed. 9 miracles of the Quran. Have it saved. Thank you very much. Uyuyui99 says, you're the man, Pugman. He definitely is. He is the Pugman. Hey, is that not an emotion right there? I would say so, but yet again, not overly emotional, am I? I'm appreciative. Please speak about abortion. It's a big deal, especially in this era. It is, but as I said in the beginning of the video, if you haven't watched it, so skip back once it's offline. I have to lay low for the next coming weeks. I really have to, because, yeah, because. I said in the beginning. React to this 9 shocking facts from the Quran, okay? Let me write this down. 9 shocking facts from the Quran. Save to playlist, react. Okay, got it. I will react to that as well, for sure. Thank you very much. Rebel86 says it's appreciation. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't say it's... I don't know, maybe it was emotional for you guys. For me, this is true appreciation. Bobby watched the Army of Satan part 25 tonight, bro. Just for your own information. No need for reaction. Okay, I will. As someone who left Germany 2 years ago, what is your perspective on living there as a whole? You left Germany 2 years ago, or what is it? I left Germany 2014. So that is already 80 years ago. Crazy, man. For me, what I noticed, what I realized is that, first and foremost, the grass is always greener on the other side. Please, guys, keep on posting. I'm gonna try to copy as many videos as I can and then react to them. As I already said, so for me, it seemed that the grass is greener on the other side, and I believe that people see it that way often. So therefore, other countries were more attractive. But I saw that ultimately you will always have people that live in those countries that you absolutely love, and for them it will be the boring old stuff over and over again, and for you it's exciting. So therefore it is in the end a mindset, for sure. But Germany, factually speaking, I never liked the weather. So the climate for me just wasn't it. Consistently grey, always raining. I don't want to live like that at all. And the people themselves, I have to say that I met plenty of really, really amazing Germans. Some of my best friends are Germans. But ultimately not very hospitable. Hospitality is not really a big thing in Germany. For example, when I was a little kid, and lunchtime would come about, they would say, okay, can you go home now? Max wants to eat. Which I didn't understand at all. You're gonna get poor if you give me a burger patty as a kid. So that's what's gonna break your budget. Thank you so much, Nature Pilot. Gonna read out in a second. So yeah, Germans were kind of cold like that. Kind of stuck up. This is a generalization, of course, because they're absolutely cool, chilled, hospitable Germans, but generally speaking. And therefore I never really felt at home in Germany. I could never really vibe with that perspective on life. And therefore, to this very day, in Asia, I would say I was very, very happy. In Australia as well, though. The Australians were very, very nice people. Very forthcoming. The weather was beautiful as well. So ultimately, that's what I can say about Germany. A bit too cold for me. Mentally and physically as well. Bobby, please react to the video Pornography in the Bible by Sheikh Ahmed Didat. Okay, that's interesting. We're probably talking about Lot, right? With his 2 daughters. I'm gonna save it to the reaction list. How long is it? 5 minutes. Ah, perfect. Perfect. Definitely gonna react to that. React to the major signs of the Day of Judgment. Okay, sounds good. Let me copy that too. Then I'm going to go to the super chat. Thank you everybody yet again for supporting this stream, supporting this channel. I appreciate it. 10 major signs before Judgment Day, the final days. Okay. Save to playlist. And see, that's the thing. Here, let me show you something. I don't know her. Right now I'm just using one monitor, guys, so it's gonna appear a bit strange looking. Yes, here you see it. Nevertheless, let me just move it like so. Yeah, that works, right? Can you see this? So I just typed in major signs of the Judgment Day. So there you have the video. Fantastic. This here is, I believe, the whole compilation of all the videos. But number 3 is Liz Edwards. 10 major signs before Judgment Day. Reaction, right? And I've seen this woman a billion times. Every single time I'm looking for Islamic videos, I see her face. This video yet again, 100,000 views 1 year ago, always the same. Clicks on the video, just watches the video, so you essentially watch the whole video. She's just nodding her head, and then the video is over and she says a few things. I cannot take this serious. You cannot tell me that she is really honestly pursuing Islam. I mean, she's not even covering her hair whilst watching, out of respect. Anyways, let's click on it here. That's not very loud.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. As promised, we have another reaction video. And this one is, once again, Merciful Servant. And the previous video we did was the minor signs of...
Okay, so she just says what she react to, cool, blah, blah.
Create a bright,
Thank you very much for the super chat. I'm gonna react to them and respond to them in a second.
This thing never queues up when I want it to.
Okay, cool. So she just puts it on then. And as you can see, she just watches the whole damn thing without saying a word.
But very frankly, when we get to
This is easy money, man.
will be the fire.
This is really easy money. Look at this.
You can think about...
Yeah, okay. So now the video finishes and she has 2 minutes left. Don't get it twisted. It's a 7-minute video in total. 5-minute video. The original video was 5 minutes. And now she's reacting 2 minutes. She's gonna say something for 2 minutes.
Guys, we just went over the 10 major signs before Judgment Day. So
Sorry.
I would love to know what you guys think of this. I wrote all of them down, that's why I keep looking down. It's very, very interesting. Sort of scary. Well, not sort of scary, but it's terrifying when you can think about
It's a quiet video.
how things are supposed to happen so fast. How he mentioned that the last of the minor signs are linked to...
Okay, whatever. You get the idea. So she just talks for 2 minutes. Yeah, okay, the minor signs, the major... For me, this is really disingenuous. So, I might be wrong, but I don't think so. Anyhow. Okay, save the video to my reaction list. Thank you very much. Now, let me turn this off again. Welcome to the channel. I cannot read Arabic, unfortunately. Okay, so first, Nature Pilot POV has tipped $7. Okay, let's say $8. Check out my Proof of Islam video on YouTube. It's 23 minutes. That's pretty long, okay? But it's very detailed with numerous examples. I think it'll benefit you. Do not take too long before reverting. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, brother. That is for sure, but actually I don't want to spoil it because I talked about that in my last video that I just finished editing. It should be up tomorrow. I'm going to give you a little bit of reasoning why I am cautious. But moreover, I'm going to make a whole video as well. Because I believe it's important for the viewer base to understand where I'm at. So yet again, I'm not just doing reaction videos. So I hope you appreciate that too. My first video, as I said already, was that I read the whole Quran. That's what I did first before I ever watched any videos. So I read the whole Quran, made a video about my experience with the Quran. Now I am doing certain reaction videos. In between, I will clarify where I'm at. And so therefore, the question that I've been asked quite often is, of course, why I'm not converting already. Or reverting, like people like to say. Why not? Why not yet? Why not yet? Just do it already. So I'm going to explain in detail why that is. Because there is a reasoning behind it. I'm not delaying it. I'm not postponing it. Just for no good reason whatsoever. I'm 35 years of age. So I've experienced plenty of things in my life. And therefore I am very, very cautious nowadays. With everything. Even if it appears as the ultimate truth, I have to be analytical about it. So I'm going to tell you in detail what the reasoning behind it is. For now, And then, God willing, we will see how it goes. But anyways, check out my proof of Islam video. So is it made by you? Is it by Nature Pilot POV? Let me check. Let me check. Proof of Islam. So, proof of Islam. Nature. Okay, here I have it, 23 minutes. Yeah, I got you here. Let me show that to the audience. Here we go. We have proof that Islam is true. It's 1 month ago. Matrix theme. Cool. Alright, man. Definitely. I'm gonna save this now. And then, God willing, react to it. For sure. Okay, save to playlist. React. Got it. Thanks. Appreciate it. And the super chat as well. Rizvan Gataev, super chat €2, thank you very much, and asks, what is your video schedule? What do you mean by that exactly? So, it used to be, as I said, when I started YouTube. Thank you so much, guys, appreciate it. Thank you. As I said, when I started YouTube, it was once per week, and then it built up, essentially. So nowadays, 3 times per week was always good for me. But lately, thank God, I've been uploading even more, so 4 to 5 times per week. Yeah, that is the video schedule at the moment, so I'm trying at least 4 times per week. But there is not a schedule per se, so it can be that there is a video on Monday, but sometimes it can start Tuesday as well. It depends on how fast I can go through the editing, how many reactions I can do, etc, etc. So there is no fixed schedule, but I'm trying to upload 4 times per week, roughly. Thank you very much, Rizvan. And now we had a Streamlabs donation as well by Pink Supremacy. Hey, it says Pink Supremacy, not Supremacy anymore. Why is that? $5, thank you very much. We definitely need another Ryan Happy Healthy Vegan video soon. Hopefully he has a new red haircut. You can be sure of that, of course. And it's definitely not a female haircut. It is an Asian male haircut. Don't be racist. Don't be bigoted. Pink Supremacy. I beg you. Hey, bro, every single time when he uploads something that is worth reacting to, I'm definitely going to react to it. I know he hates it. And he tries to ban me off YouTube every single time. He has such a fragile little ego. But they're the best reaction videos to make because I genuinely enjoy them very, very much. It's so much fun, and the work is not done by me. It's done by him, essentially. So he is right. He's right. I am capitalizing, so to speak, of his work. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Because Ryan, your life writes the jokes. It's really the case. I don't have to do much. It's enough to just affirm what you said. Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for the donation, bro. God willing, we will definitely react to some more. Jellyfish, super chatted, 20 Schweizer Franken. Thank you very much, Jellyfish. On that note, let me give you all an applause. Thank you very much, guys. And Jellyfish says, take your time. Here is something for your effort. Appreciate it. Maybe you won't see us in MK. Hey, I'm there this summer, so all the supporters of Bobby's Perspective and all the haters can come together. I know many hate me because I am a Bulgarophile. So yes, I'm going to be in Macedonia in summer. So absolutely, if you see me on the street, you can approach me cautiously from the distance and wave, and then we can engage in a chat. Absolutely. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Guys, I will have to put on my fan. It is way too hot. I'm sweating. I hope this doesn't disrupt the mic. At least like so. Let's try. And I'm gonna turn my mic around like this. So hopefully this works. If it's too bad, let me know in the comment section and then I will continue sweating for you guys. Absolutely, but it's too hot in here. It's crazy. Let me cover my mic. Okay. Ja, spricht Deutsch. Ja, ich spreche auch Deutsch. Bobby Prophet Muhammad said that there will come a time you see the barefoot Arab men compete in tall buildings. Go check where it is the tallest buildings in the world and who is building the next one. Yeah, absolutely. That prophecy definitely came true. Jonathan! Man! What's up, bro? Let's finally meet up again, man. He's asking me when I'm going to Macedonia. I'm going to Macedonia on... 1 second, let me think. The 10th of August. 10th of August till the 24th. Yeah. And then after that, I'm going somewhere else. Jonathan, you already know where I'm going. But my audience doesn't know it yet. It's gonna be a surprise. God willing, I will make it, hopefully. Alhamdulillah, Bruder. So sieht's aus, Bruder. Deutschland. Aber du wohnst nicht in Deutschland. He's asking me if I'm living in Germany. No, as I said, 2014 I left Germany. I'm not planning on going back, even though, yes, on the 5th of August, I'm going to be in Germany for 5 days. Yeah, visit family. I'm in Prague right now. No way, man. I thought you left Europe. Now you're in Prague? That's crazy. Dude, I don't know one person that travels as much as Jonathan Irizarry, and on top of that still maintains being huge. I'm in Prague right now, headed to Portugal this week. That's wild, man. Man, I lived in Portugal last year. And every single time I write you on Telegram, I can't connect with you. It just... I don't know what is happening. You never seem to receive my messages. Nevertheless, let's stay in touch. Let's hook something up. Kagan. Okay. Alles klar, ich hab's gelesen, ich gucke nach. Mind-blowing prophecies of Muhammad by many prophets. One message. Okay, let me save that too. Definitely gonna check it out. Sweet. Many new reactions. I hope tomorrow I will find the time to do the reactions. Okay, 2 years ago. Yeah, got it here. Sweet. Save to playlist. Fantastic. Awesome, awesome. Many new videos to react to. That's great. Yes, I do. I either see you out there or I see you out there. Absolutely, man. Let's definitely meet up this year. Come on. And you have to meet my son. He has to meet Uncle Jonathan. For sure. 100% this year. I really thought you're back in the States, man. And Bobby, please react to those videos when Christians first met Muslims. Professor Michael Penn, shocking historic precision. Okay, that sounds interesting as well. Gonna save it. Thank you very much. That is great. Let me save it up here. Thank you everybody for the video suggestions. Thank you everybody for the support. Super chats, Streamlabs, thank you very much. Ah, that's cool, man. That's actually even historical. A historical format. Definitely gonna save it. 7 minutes, perfect. Perfect. That's great. Does the fan interfere with my mic? Let me know, guys, please. Because for me, it's much more pleasant like this. But if it's bad for the mic, then let me know. Did you guys watch the UFC, by the way? Any UFC fans here? I watched the UFC. The first and the last fight. So, Sugar Sean O'Malley. Disappointing. And Adesanya. I think he did the right thing. But it was boring to watch, of course. So those two fights were a bit boring. But the rest was extremely entertaining. Okay, save to playlist. Okay, got him saved. Thank you very much again. The fan's good? Sweet. Awesome, man. Saving my life here. I'm sweating. All day. It's tough. Try Muhammad and Medina in the Bible. Okay, I'll save that too. Steaks are not of God. Excuse me? How dare you? How dare you? Of course steaks are of God. And steak tartare and sashimi. It's all of God. It's beautiful. Quran and the Secrets of Babylon. Okay. Sounds interesting. Let me see. Okay, I think that's enough videos now. We have plenty. I'm not going to be done with them in, I guess, a month. There's a lot of interest for the Secrets of Egypt. Many people ask me to react to the Quran and the Secrets of Egypt. I think that's interesting. There are many secrets. I see now here that I looked it up. Secrets of magic as well. And much, much more. Interesting, for sure. Jonathan says, I went home for a few weeks, just came back out last week. Bro, this heat out here with no SC, I don't know how you'll do it. It's absolutely mental, man. I don't know how they do it either. I'm used to Thailand, and to have an AC in the train, in the metro, in the supermarket, in the 7-Eleven, in everything. So yeah, dude, this is absolutely wild. I really don't know how they do it. I didn't think it's gonna get this hot, to be honest. When I got to this place here, rented out this place, they didn't have an AC, and I assumed, okay, so therefore it doesn't get too hot. But how wrong I was. It is burning hot. It's insane. Bobby, do you watch Sheikh Uthman's debates? I watched a few of his videos, not really debates necessarily. Yeah, they're cool. It's alright. Lily asks, what happened to your channel? You have to watch the first 5 minutes. Essentially, I explain everything in detail. So you can go back to the beginning of the live stream. Everything is explained in very, very precise terms. Genesis and the resurrection from Jesus. On that note, if we still have Christians here on this channel, I certainly hope so. Any videos that you want me to react to, please. Up until now, I only have one Christian video that you wanted me to react to, and that is the Deity of Christ by Orthodox Shahada. Interesting channel's name. I don't know exactly what it means, what it should mean, what it's supposed to mean. But yeah, nevertheless, I'm definitely going to react to Christian videos as well. So please let me know if you want me to react to something, and I will deliver, God willing. I just want to say I really respect you, Bobby, for your openness. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I think that if you're not open-minded, there is something wrong. Would you consider doing a reaction stream? Might be very efficient. Was thinking about it, but at the same time, we did that a little bit with vegan reactions, vegan videos back in the day. But ultimately, I like the video format better. It addresses more people, because in a live stream, not everybody will hang around and watch 2 hours of videos. But if you have it bite-sized, ultimately people get what they click on. You know what I mean? So if there is a reaction video to, I see here the moon splitting, for example, then that's what they get. And that's how people usually work. So I think it would be fairer for the people to have it in bite-sized chunks rather than one live stream with many, many reactions. But who knows? Maybe in the future, once I'm done with the videos that I wanted to react to, then we can watch a bunch of videos, or maybe certain parts of videos together. We'll see. Could edit the stream to create videos. Yeah, I could cut it apart for sure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Blogging Theology channel has very theological, rational videos. He invites real scholars. Yeah, I definitely watched a lot of his videos. I think he's doing great work as well. Hamza says, Bobby, I love your openness to religions. Hopefully Allah will guide you to the truth. Hey, God willing, man. Ultimately, the only thing that counts in life is truth. That's what I found for myself. Because when you're younger, ultimately, anything but the truth really counts. You want to know how to hook up with girls, you want to know how to get big muscles, how to get money, whatever. But you don't really search actively for the truth with a capital T. And this is what my religious journey has been to this very day, looking for truth. Ultimately, I already have the answer to the question, to be totally honest. Spoiler, the ultimate truth is God. That's it. But then we have to understand, of course, how to get into connection with God. That's a great question. Bobby, how did becoming bald affect your life? Actually, to be totally honest, if I wouldn't have been bald, I would never grow a beard, I guess. Maybe I would have, I don't know, but that was the motivation behind it. Because I did it before it was trendy. So I started, it's not even really losing my hair, it's just thinning out, and I didn't want to keep up my old haircut with the thin hair. So I think it was 2012, somewhere around 2012, that I shaved off my head for the first time. I could have still kept it, as I said, it was just thinning out, but I shaved it. And before that I started growing a little bit of a beard, but then once I shaved my head, I just kept on growing my beard. And this is actually short, because my beard was at least this long. It was supremely long. I just kept on growing it, and yeah, back in the day there weren't many people that rocked this look. So it was kind of unique 10 years ago. Yeah. Nowadays I see plenty of people that have that look, that have the bald head bearded look. But how did it affect me? I have to say that when I shaved off my hair for the first time and I took a shower and I came out of the shower, I never felt that good. Physically, that is. It just felt amazing. Like touching my head, my bald head, it just felt so refreshing and so beautiful. So that was amazing. Other than that, it didn't affect me in any negative type of way, because I know that men are very scared of balding. I had a very, very good responses of the ladies since being bald. Before that it was good too, but being bald didn't make it harder or anything like that. So no, that wasn't an issue with my beard and my bald head. I was still successful with the ladies back in the day, thank God. And this is how I met my wife as well, so she knows me only like this. So therefore, yeah, honestly, aside from it being a very, very pleasant physically, even whilst rolling, for example, jiu-jitsu, I'm very happy with this haircut. The only thing that's kind of in the way is the beard. So I think ideally everything would be shaved off for jiu-jitsu. But yeah, that feels good too. That's basically how it is. The only downside, I'm going to tell you as well, completely transparent here, is that it gets a bit boring sometimes. So sometimes I'm thinking to myself, if I would have hair, yeah, I would rock another haircut for a while, just for fun, because it gets a bit boring. And then I would probably shave it off again. I was thinking, even back in the day, should I get a hair transplant? And I was thinking about it logically. And I said, I would grow some hair with that for a while, have a haircut, and then probably after a month or so, I would shave it off again. Because I actually really enjoy it. So, yeah, that's the thing. I actually really enjoy being bald. It's easy. You don't have to go to the hairdresser like Ryan either. So you just shave it. That's nice too. Yeah. So in total, I would say it was a net positive, I guess. Less work. Yeah. Are you a boxing fan? Not really. It's not that I don't appreciate boxing. I boxed myself as well. Not competitively or anything, but I boxed as well. But I'm not a huge fan of watching boxing per se. So I do watch the UFC, watched it today, the replay. But yeah, boxing is not something that I actively follow, for example. If you would tell me some names, probably I wouldn't know them. Like Ryan, yeah. Lol, that look has been popular with Muslims for generations. Yeah, absolutely, man. The interesting thing is, it was in Germany 2012, because I left Germany 2014, and I shaved my head off and I had this long beard, and an old Arab man came to me and greeted me, Salam alaikum. And I was surprised. I was like, why is he greeting me like that? I don't get it. But then I looked down and I realized, yeah, true, Muslims look like that as well. Anyways, I'm talking about the pop culture with the shaved head and the beard. You know what I mean? So, not the traditional Islamic look, but the now. We have a beard and we use beard oils and we put all kinds of things into it and shave our head and get a bunch of tattoos, etc., etc. That type of look. Your beard is really awesome. Thank you very much. People always ask me if I use any products. I could act as if I do, and then I could make money through affiliating a product, but I don't use anything. Even though it's not correct, I use a tangle teaser. It's a certain brush, because there are certain brushes that when you brush through it, they will get stuck and it hurts and rips out hair. But that brush that I have actually just brushes it fantastically. So the brush for me is important, but that's it. I don't put anything into my beard. I don't use any oils. I used to use American oil, I think argan oil, for a while, but I'm just too lazy for it. So I'm actually happy that I don't have to do anything up here. And here I don't do anything either. And on top of that, I'm an extremely hairy Balkan monster. So I have to trim and shave certain body parts, otherwise it would just keep on growing. I literally have hair everywhere where I don't shave. It's really the case. Everywhere. Believe it or not, even here I would have hair. It's kind of crazy. I would even have hair here. So I shave this, I trim this down. Otherwise it would just continue. And even here, believe it or not, I even have hair here. It's not that thick like the beard, but I do have hair here. I even shave here because I have hair everywhere. I'm a hairy Balkan Tatarovsky. I know you said enough videos and all, but if you would make an exception, I would love if you react to the prophets on Judgment Day by Merciful Servant. Hey, no worries. Absolutely. Come on, I saved this one as well. When I said enough videos, I'm not saying enough for the rest of my life now, but enough for the upcoming weeks for sure. But nevertheless, I'm saving it to the reaction playlist. Thank you very much. C.I. Jotaro. Here we go. Saved as well. So sooner or later we will react to that too. Bobby goes to Bosnia. Nobody knows he's a Macedonian. Yeah, I would really love to go to Bosnia, but I think I'm not going to make it this time. Unfortunately, man. I would really love to visit those Bosnian pyramids and see Islamic culture within a Slavic context. I've never seen that before, so that would be so interesting to me. What do you think about the far right and far left in the US politics? Personally, I don't support anyone. Yeah, I mean, the far left is absolutely clinically insane, so there's plenty I could tell you about that. There's everything wrong with them. The far right, on the other hand, they have plenty of good things, and if you have to choose between cancer and AIDS, then sure, the far right is better, but ultimately, if it is not grounded within God, and it's not a holistic approach, then it becomes ultimately classical liberalism again, because the conservatives of nowadays are preaching what the classical liberals preached 20 or 30 years ago. You can look that up, it's true. So therefore, for me, it's just separation tactics, even though, yet again, yes, the left is clinically insane, but I wouldn't subscribe to any of those ideologies either. Salim Nurčevski, od koji grad od Makedonije si? Od Tetovo. Bobby's perspective, do you agree with Sharia law? From what I've seen so far, I definitely would agree, because it's basically Old Testament law, but I have to say I don't know everything about it. So I would have to essentially have an explanation, a true explanation of Sharia law. The only explanation I got so far is that it always differs. It depends on the school, it depends on this and that. And I know that most countries haven't implemented it totally. So therefore, I would have to see how it looks like in implementation as well. But I think we're all at a point where we can say that this liberal world anything would be better than that. Yeah. If you want to visit Bosnia, visit Sarajevo and Mostar, and you will see how beautiful it is. Also the waterfalls in Ljubuski is closer to Mostar. These waterfalls were in the song video of Alan Walker. Man, I would love to, but I'm only 2 weeks in Macedonia. And I will rent a car in Macedonia as well, but it's a 10-hour drive. The issue that I'm having here is that my son is 1 year old and he's just freaking out in the car. So the flight to Macedonia, will take a flight, will be, God willing, 2 hours. But then driving from Macedonia to Bosnia will be tricky. Otherwise, I would definitely go for at least 4 or 5 days. But I know that my son will freak out. Or I leave my wife and son with my parents, they're going to be there too, and I go for a quick trip, but I don't think it's feasible. Bobby, imagine a vegan in the desert. He would love it. Just starve already. Maybe he would find a date tree. Do you think the Great Reset will succeed? And if plant-based will be forced upon us? Thanks. I don't think plant-based will be forced upon us, but lab-grown meat. That I definitely see happening. Maybe not as fast as they want it to happen, but I definitely see it happening in the future, for sure. And yeah, about the Great Reset, we will see. I think they will have to repackage it yet again. There was a lot of exposure about it. I'm a pessimist when it comes down to that. I think they will have to go through with their disgusting systems, because this is what we will see in the end times. So they will have to succeed at some point, but I'm not too sure if the Great Reset itself will succeed. What is the best Muslim nationality, ethnicity that you've encountered so far in Germany? I would have to say Bosnians, to be totally honest. Bosnians always have been the best to me. Maybe because I'm from the Balkans. But they used to be the best. Outside, I would have to say Malaysia. Because I went to Malaysia and I met beautiful families in Malaysia, Muslim families. Amazing. Absolutely phenomenal. To this very day, we'll always remember that. Fantastic. So outside of Germany, Malaysia. In Germany, I would say Bosnians. Yeah. Because as I said in my video, I met plenty of criminals that are Muslims. They were essentially taking all the sins aside from eating pork. But anything else they would do. Drugs, alcohol, prostitution, stealing, violence, whatever. Yeah. They're talking about lab-grown human meat as an ethical alternative. Yes, they do. And that's what they want to feed you, ultimately. +1 for Malaysia. I recommend Indonesia as well. I married one. Absolutely beautiful, man. Yeah, I've been to Indonesia as well. But the thing is that when I went to Indonesia, I went to Bali. And that was 2015. And I was in extreme party mode. So we're just partying, hooking up with girls, etc. And during that time, I just want to experience freedom, right? And we went to the Indonesian part. We went to Lombok, to Gili Air. And I even went to, I think, Jakarta, man. Don't let me lie now. I don't remember clearly because I was partying too much. And during that time, I found the Muslim atmosphere, they are very restrictive. I said, oh, look at this. They don't have parties. They don't have pubs here. So back then, it was a turn-off for me. This is why my memory isn't that positive. But then looking back, now I think kind of bad about Bali. Because in Bali, what's happening there is absolute degeneracy. And this is how the perspective changed. It's quite interesting. But nevertheless, in Malaysia, I was in a different mindset already. And Malaysia, I had an absolutely beautiful time. Amazing. How do I contact you? No email found. That is not true. The emails are linked within the description box itself. And my Instagram is there too. So you can contact me via Instagram. Facebook, I rarely answer, but Instagram, emails. Thank you, Pulo. Have a good night. Yo, Bobby, what are your thoughts on boredom? I think boredom is when you're absolutely disconnected from God and you're being spoiled. So when you're bored, I would bring myself into a situation which requires a lot of physical activity. And then you're not going to be bored anymore. So boredom is an illusion. It's a disconnect of God. It's a disconnect from the purpose of life. You're ultimately being spoiled, a spoiled brat that is not happy about being alive. And with the super chat, hey guys, thank you so much for the support. Yet again, anybody that can support, I appreciate it. Freddy donated $3. $3 is already sufficient for support. Thank you so much, Freddy. Says Canada seems to still have quarantine restrictions for the unjabbed. What's your prediction for the near future? Do you think it will get a lot worse, or are people finally waking up? It's a very, very tricky situation that we're in right now. I can't tell you, ultimately, because at the moment here in Europe we see not only an easing of restrictions but no restrictions whatsoever, zero. So even the green pass is not used, nothing. So all of those implications are just out of the window completely. I'm staying away from news, I'm just living my life at the moment. We will see. The real stress test will be this autumn, so in a few months, and the winter. So this will essentially determine the following years, and that's why I can't tell you right now. So right now it looks peachy, right now it looks awesome. It seems everything is easing up, even if I look into countries that have been heavily restricted. In Asia, Vietnam, Thailand, heavily restricted, now easing up. It might be that we're gonna get a breather before it gets worse again, but we will find out in a few months. So right now it is the beginning of July. I would say somewhere in September, October, we will have our answer. Right now it's guesswork, and that's why I'm going to restrain myself from answering and just wait it out. But yeah, to finalize it, this autumn will determine how our future will be. Because it could be that in Europe we will always go back to lockdowns every winter now. That might be the case. God willing, no, but it might be the case for a while. Thank you very much, Freddy, for the donation, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks. Your Instagram link is not working, unfortunately. You can check it. Please write down your email here. Again, that's strange, man. I've been contacted via Instagram, via email. It's all in the description box. But nevertheless, I'm going to write it down for you guys into the chat box. Let me see. Here we go. Okay, contact me here. Boom. Voila. Bobby, what do you think about cats? The Prophet Muhammad did have a cat. I'm more of a dog person, but I love cats too. No matter which country I went to, I would always have some either street cats or cats of the neighbors, and they would always come to me and I would feed them. Actually, very interesting story. In Portugal, the neighbor had a very sick cat and nothing seemed to help. She had open seizures, not seizures, how do you call them? Lesions. Open lesions, pus everywhere. And he would bring her to the vet here and there, but she wasn't really healing. And then at some point, she always followed me up to the flat and let her into my flat. Maybe not the best thing to do because she was really a sick cat, but nevertheless. I brought her in and I started feeding her nothing but raw meat. Matter of fact, she couldn't get enough. She was even getting aggressive. She wanted that raw meat. And so every day I would feed her raw meat, and honestly after 2 weeks, she looked perfectly healthy again. It was unbelievable, man. Unbelievable to me. She was just perfectly healthy again. No lesions, no pus, no nothing. Just absolutely normal again, and the fur regenerated and just looked so healthy. I was just feeding her raw steak meat. That's it. She was eating it every day. Even the rotten steak meat, because sometimes it would just get old in my fridge, happens often, she would love it. Rotten steak meat, here you go, eat it. Ah, man, she ate a lot. At least 300, 400, I would even say maybe sometimes half a kilo per day. She would eat tons of it, but it healed her. It was amazing to see. Bobby, what are the things that you don't like about Islam or understand? As I said before, I don't want to spoil it here. I'm going to make a video. It's going to be concise, and therefore it's going to be better for you guys to have all the talking points. I'm gonna write them down and then talk about them in one video. It's not necessarily anything that I like or don't like. So it's more being cautious about certain things that right now it could have been anything else. It really doesn't matter what it is. If you would present me right now with a diet and the diet sounds totally alright, I would dissect it so detailed. I would go into it and I would have to break it down in order to really be convinced of it. Because back in the day, I was jumping to conclusions quite quickly. That's what we do in our 20s. And now in my 30s, I'm just more cautious. So I'm going to talk about the talking points, why that is, etc., what I'm wrestling with, what I'm learning about, and then we will see. But it's not about liking or anything like that. I don't mind. For example, back in the day when I started just eating rice and chicken for 3 years straight, it wasn't about me liking rice and chicken so much. It was about the results and if it works or not. So if it works, I'm fine with that. It doesn't need to be something that I like. Thank you very much, Marine Forever, Super Chat $5. I appreciate it. I hope you are aware by now and the whole world one day that Islam is the last defense wall against the commies' evil agenda. I would absolutely agree with that. I am definitely aware, and ultimately I would have to say that my whole outlook on the Arabic states or countries that have been bombed by the states has changed completely. So yes, the last defense would be an accurate description of that. I would definitely see how Islam could be a stronghold against this liberalization and destruction of our world. But I have to say as well that, as much as I can say here on YouTube, certain people benefit that the Christians and the Muslims are fighting each other. So in Germany we say, wenn sich zwei streiten, freut sich der Dritte. Which means when two are fighting, a third one benefits. So I think I painted a clear picture. There is a third one that is benefiting of Jews, of Christians and Muslims fighting each other. Yeah. There's a third one. Anyways, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. I wouldn't recommend to react to videos on live stream because you'll get more time to rethink your comments and understanding. That is true. However, my reaction videos are always genuine. I couldn't do it any other way. I wouldn't watch the video prior and then react to it again and think about it. I'm not doing it that way. So what I do is I watch a video and then I react to it right away. I did that with vegan videos. I did that with the ABCD videos. I do that with Islamic videos. I do that with any type of video. You want a genuine reaction, I hope, and for me personally, this work is so fun because I can actually just watch the video that I would watch anyways and then live truly react to it. So yeah, that's how I see it. And therefore, live stream or not, my reaction is still genuine and would be probably the same. On a video, I can simply edit it a little bit and make it look a bit more entertaining. I can't see you, Bobby. It's black. Anybody else having issues not seeing me? Hello, hello. Is that only Amina or everybody else as well? Let me know in the chat if you can see me. Or is it just Amina? I don't think anything is black here. I think it runs well, right? I see him just fine. Yeah. Thanks. Amina, I think you have to refresh your page. Yeah. I checked here as well. You have to refresh your page and then you'll be able to see it. Okay. Anyways, guys, it has been 2 hours. It's 10 p.m. around here. I still have to eat and go on with my life, with my family. They're waiting for me. Probably my son's already sleeping, but my wife. I see we have new patrons here as well. Thank you very much, guys. Patrons, we have some new patrons. Every single time YouTube takes down a video, I will re-upload that onto Patreon. Now finally Patreon has their own video upload program, plugin, call it what you will. So that's quite amazing, and this is where I'm going to upload my videos. Other than that, I'm trying to upload on Odyssey as well, but nevertheless the real explicit content, quote unquote, will be on Patreon. So thank you very much. Subscribe there and support. You can subscribe with as little as $1. The same applies here to the membership section as well. All the live streams that get flagged because of God knows what yet again will be still available, but only to members. And right now, man, I don't know how many live streams we have. 50? 100? No idea. They're all offline. Not offline. They are private, essentially, in the member section. So members can still watch my live streams. If you're interested in that, you can become a member for as little as $1 here on the channel. You can support and you get a little bit of perks along the way. Thank you very much. 2 super chats. Okay. 5-minute warning, guys. Thank you very much for supporting. If you want to support now, because in 5 minutes I'm going to be gone. Thank you very much. Because in 5 minutes I'm going to be gone. So if you want your questions answered, you want support now. 5 minutes, I'm gone then. Thank you very much. Aaron Laura, $5 Canadian. My first time catching a live. No questions, just support. Have a great evening, Bobby. Thank you so much, Aaron Laura. Appreciate it. She said it correctly. Usually those super chats or Streamlabs donations, they're used for questions, because like that I can definitely answer them. But nevertheless, for support, they are appreciated, of course. Thank you very much, Aaron Laura, and greetings to Canada. Freddy donated $3. Thank you very much. Why are grains, vegetables, legumes, etc. mentioned in the Bible when they cause so many problems in the human digestive systems? Were they really eating these foods? Man, absolutely amazing question, Freddy. And this is something that made me really think about Christianity as well. Because for me, nutrition is such a crucial aspect. And if you tell me that grains and vegetables and legumes and etc. is something that God ordained for us, then I will question that, because how come that my body works so much better if I cut out those foods, right? So talking about the breads, of course, back in the day that was Ezekiel bread, essentially, fermented Ezekiel bread, and that would be much healthier for us than some white processed gunk that we get in the supermarket. But nevertheless, it is not ideal, right? And yeah, this is why I came to the conclusion that I cannot trust everything fully that I read there. And that made me very skeptical, of course. And this is why I am exploring different viewpoints now as well, because it is quite fishy. The same goes, of course, for the Orthodox fasting period, which is plant-based, not vegan necessarily. Some go vegan, some go raw vegan even, but ultimately plant-based. And there yet again. Wow, huge donation. I think the biggest of today, second biggest. Gonna respond to it right after the super chat. Thank you so much, Khalid. Yeah, as I was saying, very skeptical after seeing the Orthodox fast. I made videos about that too, if you're interested. I went vegan again, I said in that video, because I went fasting for Easter. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Honestly, the best. The best. Thank you. So as I was saying, that made me very skeptical, because I went vegan yet again after 4 years being vegan, because Orthodoxy asked that of me. The Lent, the fast is plant-based. And I was just suffering and everything, but not suffering in a good way. Not suffering in a way from abstaining from food, from being in the desert like Jesus and fasting. Nothing on those lines, right? Ultimately, it was just destroying my body yet again, with all of those lectins and gluten and whatnot, phytates. So yeah, that made me question the Bible, made me question the faith ultimately, because it was so destructive. And I don't think that God wants us to destroy ourselves. It would make sense. So therefore, yet again, Freddy, why Are they really eating these foods, right? Yeah, it's really a question, man. Ultimately, you can make the argument, of course, that the Bible has been corrupted. That is the Islamic perspective. It might be. I mean, if I look at famous passages of Jesus, when Jesus says, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and then out of a sudden the Christian doctrine, or the modified Christian doctrine of Paul, becomes the state religion of the Roman Empire. How convenient, right? So those are things where I am kind of skeptical about nowadays. And the dietary laws proposed. Yeah, skeptical at best. Freddy. Thank you very much for the super chat, man. Khalid, UAE 2020 donated 100 Arab Emirates D. I don't know exactly what it was. I have to look it up again, but it is the currency of the United Emirates. Thank you so much for the generous donation. I appreciate it. He says, please select one video from this YouTube channel, Sajid Lipham, and make a reaction video. Thanks. Brother, for that generous donation, I will select 10 videos if you want to. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let me write it down. Sajid Lipham. I've heard this name before. Yeah, I've seen him before. But he's already reacting to certain things. I will see what I can react to. I'm just going to save a video now, and then I will go through his playlist and see what I can react to. Because ideally I'm not reacting to him reacting to something else. It would be much better to react to something that he talked about. For example, this one seems good. ABCDEFG. You know what I'm talking about. Exposed and explained the truth. That's interesting. I think we're going to agree there with many things. Anyways, thank you very much, Khalid. Appreciate it, brother. God bless. And Agarthan Alchemy. Agarthan Alchemy? I butchered that. $3, thank you very much. Thoughts on Quranists, those who follow the Quran without Hadith and Sunnah. I think I have an idea, knowing how you feel about mainstream history. Yeah, absolutely, man. See, okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say. As I said, I'm going to tune out in 5 minutes. I believe it has been already 5 minutes. So let me gather my thoughts and give you a sufficient explanation. One thing that I'm very skeptical about, not only within Islam, but within general history, is history itself. When I studied the subject of Macedonism, the Bulgarian Empire, the Byzantine Empire, and the Serbians, the Yugoslavian kingdom, etc., the Balkan conflicts, I realized that, yeah, truly, history has been told by the victors, and it has been falsified completely. So it's all wrong. It really is all wrong, and they teach you what they want you to learn. Essentially, they want to indoctrinate you within their ideologies. It's very, very simple, so they can steer you. And therefore, why would it be any different with anything in this life? If you look into certain wars that I cannot talk about here on this channel, on YouTube, it's impossible, but there are certain wars that have been explained in a certain way, and they definitely didn't happen that way at all. It's BS, it's propaganda, just as the propaganda that we've seen unfolding lately as well. So propaganda is something that has been permeating throughout the ages and is well and alive. Fortunately, unfortunately, it is what it is. So therefore, I don't trust anything anymore at face value. I have to research, I have to understand it. When it comes down to Islam, the schism in Islam has happened right away, as far as I understood it. So Shiism and Sunnism, it just separated right away, basically. Not like Christianity. There it took thousands of years. So 1,040 years, I believe. Thank you so much. GK95, gonna read out in a second, bro. So as I was saying, with Christianity it took some time, and then we can see how it changed. We can see what the first steps of Christianity were, what the first established church was, etc., etc. With Islam, we have a separation right away. And Sunnis have the claim to orthodoxy ultimately. But at the same time, if it's split up right away, it makes you question it, of course. How can Sunnism then be the orthodox way? Why not Shiism, right? So anyways, this is not a talk about Shias or Sunnis. That's another topic that I have to learn more about. But ultimately, the real promise of God that has been given was that he will preserve the Quran, which is quite epic, and I like to believe it. So, especially if you compare it to other scriptures, it seems to be the case from my limited perspective. But let's take that claim and say, yes, he really preserved the Quran. How can we guarantee that the hadiths that have been written down way later have been truly preserved? All right? Especially when we look at certain hadiths, even the authentic ones, from what I've seen so far, but I have to do more research, I stand corrected if I am wrong, ultimately. I am not too egocentric or too boastful to admit when I'm wrong, no worries at all. But yeah, to trust them fully and to not discard them as hearsay is for me quite tricky. Especially all the miracles of Prophet Muhammad that are displayed in the hadiths. They don't really align for me with the Quran. The Quran is very clear to me that essentially Muhammad has been sent as nothing but a messenger. And all he had to do is deliver the Quran, and that's it. So all of the attributes that are attributed to Muhammad later on, for me, seem a lot like building him up even more. And I've seen that happening with Jesus, as coming from Christianity. I've seen that. How they build up Jesus. In the end, Jesus became God. All right? And with Buddha too, because I've been into Buddhism. And Buddha is a golden statue now everywhere throughout Asia, even though he was against idolatry. And this is just so fascinating in human psychology that is consistently repeating, which then leads me to be very skeptical about the hadiths. And this is why I can understand the Quranist approach. I mean, I can understand it as well because I read the Quran, and the transformative nature of the Quran is mind-boggling. I didn't get the same feeling when I was reading hadiths. That's that. But, yet again, I stand corrected. I am still reading hadiths, and I am piecing those things together, but I'm absolutely open to anything. Honestly, I'm open to anything. I'm open to Quranists to have the truth. I'm open to Shias to have the truth. I'm open to Sunnis to have the truth. I'm open to no one having the truth as well. And ultimately, it is again something else. So I'm definitely open as anybody could be right now, but very critical at the same time, because I want to find the truth. The absolute clear-cut truth without any human intervention whatsoever. I don't want human intervention anymore. I've seen too much of it in my lifetime. I don't like human authority either. I just want to submit to God. That's basically it. I hope that answers the question, though. Thank you very much, Garthen Alchemy. I appreciate it. GK95, $5. Love your videos, Bobby. What do you think about the traceability of the text in the Bible? Atheists and Muslims alike often mention this. I'm reconnecting with Christianity lately, but this is something I often question, especially the Old Testament. The arguments are out there and they're not wrong. The Old Testament is one point, but the New Testament for me was even more of a deal breaker, to be honest, because the oldest transcripts were in Greek and not one of the apostles of Jesus spoke Greek, and moreover they weren't philosophers, they were fishermen, so probably illiterate, which leads us to not only the assumption but I think even the consensus that the Gospels haven't been written by the followers of Christ, which for me is absolutely outrageous, to be totally honest. So I would really like a Christian to explain that to me, because that ultimately really shook my faith to the core when I found out that the New Testament hasn't been written by the followers of Christ, by the apostles, because that's what I believed. I was convinced that they have been written by the apostles of Christ. Who else would it have been? But yeah, Luke, Matthew weren't really followers of Christ. It's quite amazing. So the arguments are there, man. But nevertheless, if you're exploring Christianity at the moment, look at it critically, see the counter-arguments, see the spiritual depth within it, and then you will see how God will guide you, ultimately. Anyways, thank you very much for the donation. Guys, I think we're through. 2 hours, 15 minutes. Stayed back 15 minutes yet again. you find out that Islam is true, will you be Muslim? 100%. 100%. I said it before, Islam itself, the Arabic word for the submission to God, for me is truth. Absolutely. That is the only truth. But Islam, let's say Al-Islam, the religion of it, if it is true, if it is really conserved like that, if it is preserved the way that it is supposed to be, that I'm completely figuring out. And then we'll see. Bobby's perspective, do you do Skype calls and when? I used to offer Skype consultations. At the moment, I'm so busy with other stuff, so maybe from next month on or so, I will be able to offer it again. But right now, definitely not. I know, Islam is submission to God, exactly. And that aspect is absolutely true. Okay, anyways, guys, this is it for today. It's really long enough. I appreciate everybody that supported this channel, this live stream today with super chats and Streamlabs donations. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I'm gonna eat maybe a steak. I have halal steaks here in France, guys. It's delicious. So I'm definitely gonna enjoy some meat now and then relax a bit. If you like the stream, leave it a thumbs up as well, guys. Share the videos if you can. For everybody that really wants to support, if you can embed my videos in Facebook or something like that, awesome. That always drives traffic, so thank you very much. Anyhow, if you want to further support, we have links in the description box below as well. Check it out, guys. Organ meats, crypto and whatnot, all in the description box below. Alright guys, this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, for tuning in, for supporting. As always, may God bless you all. Much love and peace.
lo and behold, Muhammad Ali